Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at Dave Mustaine solo in Holy Wars. So, word of warning here, this one is hard to play, and it also contains a lot of stuff that's really you're not going to be able to recreate. There's a lot of stuff that you can do note for note, especially towards the second half of the solo where he starts really locking into some cool licks. I think it's the coolest licks of the song too, that he locks in towards the end of the solo, the second half of the solo. Those you can recreate note for note, but in how it starts and the random licks, he's just really creating a random effect. So I'm going to show you the notes and the scales he's building this out of and the types of licks he's playing so you can do your own thing with it. But he never plays it the same way twice himself. If you see him play it live, it's just he uses the same scales, the same notes, but he kind of does his own thing with it every time. So we do start here with some bends at the 17th fret here on the high E string. All right, some kind of starts speeding up those bends, and then we start these licks. Now, Dave Mustaine likes taking a large shape, usually this. You're going to see a few times. Let me take you through the notes of what he's doing to create this long descending phrase. So first we have 17, 15, 12 in the high E. Same thing on the B. And then 15, 14, 12 on the G. Then 14, 13, 12 on both the D and the A. Down to 10 on the A. He's going to end it with the low E open string. So we basically are just going to be doing Alright, so the types of licks he's going to be doing, a lot of that, where he pulls off the top three notes to the first note on the next string, and then come back up to that last note on the first string. So he does it. And then as he descends, a lot of little triplets. We have basically so you can see right there, you just basically start doing three notes down from each note into the low E open string. So really do your own thing with it. Just now, this next section is probably the most ambiguous part of the entire solo, where you're basically going 5, 8, then 3, 4, 5. But if you listen to the recording, it's pretty much just noise. And then he goes back up through the pentatonic scale through this, but as he's going up, he's slowly building with like triplet licks. And once again, this one's really difficult to hear on the recording, so he's just really kind of creating an effect of chaos. He's not trying to play every note really accurately like you would hear in that Marty Friedman solo. So it's basically just ascending, just do a lot of triplet licks. He's just ascending through the pentatonic, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, now we finally get to this part where we have the rest of the solo. You can play everything pretty much note for note. Everything is very distinct. First, we have this lick, which is hammering 12 to 15 to 17 on the B. Then the same thing on the high E. Just repeat it. Then some whole step bends there. And then you're going to descend. Actually, there is a little part of the solo that's kind of just random. And that is coming back down, kind of half the scale that we descended before. It's very short. It's just kind of end on that note. So there is that part there. I forgot about that. It's kind of random as well. So, guys, I usually like doing the note for note, but this solos like this are just absolutely impossible to do. But now we lock into a distinct lick. It's probably one of the coolest licks of the song as well. All right, now slow down. So it sounds like this. All right, so let me show you the lick he plays it most of the way he plays it most of the time, and he has one little variation. So we have this. We're gonna straight alternate picking down on the 17 on the B to 12, 15 on the G, and then back to that 12. So we have 15, 12 on the B, 17, 12 on the B. So this so far. And then repeat from the back to the 15 on the G, back to 12 on the B, and then the 15, 12, 17, 12 again. And then end it with 15 on the G, back to 12 on the B string. So we have this. So an easy way of remembering that is it's a repetitive lick that starts first with this 17 and 12. All right, and now we have this lick in the middle of that, right after that, that's repeated twice. And then we have two notes to end it. It's that 15 and 12 again. So basically, the 15 on the G, that is. So it starts with these two notes and ends with these two notes, and it has this in between. So all together. All right, now the first time he plays that lick is when there's a slight variation. Instead of starting with that 17th fret, he's instead going to start with the 15th fret on the B. Everything else stays exactly the same. And then he plays the lick 3 times, starting with that 17th that we've already covered. So all together, 15, 17, 17, 17. All right, now that's a great alternate picking workout. You have to change strings like that. Now we just have the he just kind of digs in and goes little 4-note licks. 15, 12 on the B, to 15 on the G, back to 12 on the B. And then the same thing, but 17 first. So this. So you rotate between those two, this one and that, 4 times. All right, so he has this. All right, and now we're going to do a complete descending. 15, 17, 15, 12 to the 15 on the G, and then back up. Now he's probably doing starting to do a lot of pull-offs, legato work. Pulling off 17, 15, 12 to 15 on the G, back up, hammer back those. So repeat that 4 times. All right, and then we go into that crazy ascending lick at the very end of the song. It sounds like this. Alright, so that's actually not that difficult to play. It's just the same shape that's taken up. What you're going to do is do a bar across the B and the G string. And don't worry about those notes ringing out. Now, ringing together. So what you're going to do here is pull off 17, 15, 12 on the B string. And then catch that 12th fret on the G. That's the lick. See how those notes can ring out? Now you're just going to take it up one fret at a time. Alright, so if you know the sound of the recording, you know how long you play each one. Alright, so the timing is just playing it 4 times, then 4 more, 1 fret, 4, 4, then 2, 2, 2, 2. It sounds crazy by itself, I know. Now, by the way, before he hits that 22nd fret bend, you'll hear a little open D string in there real quick. Just wanted to put there for completeness sake. But that's there too. It's probably just a mistake on the recording, but you know, kind of hard to hear with all that stuff going on. And then I'll take the low string, and it does kind of a bar dive. It hits the low E string and just pulls it down with the bar. All right, so that is a workout, that entire song. If you can get that entire thing underneath your fingers, it's quite the accomplishment. Not just the solos, but the rhythms as well. And what do we have there? 4 solos total and some crazy rhythm guitar parts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.